What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's because at the ball covering more Infinite Magicraid content. Yes, we are still here, and yes, this is a response about CC's quitting Infinite Magicraid, or why they are quitting. And it's in response to Veiled Shots video and his beautiful little graph here of the player base jumping around, which I will add happens on every single gacha game. That is the gacha life. When a new one comes out, people jump ship. The same as some content creators do. And we're going to answer some quick questions in a quick kind of fashion why this happens. And why it's inevitable, and you know it's pretty simple stuff. Really, it's very simple. So let's get into the video. Let's have a little look. We will say bye to Veiled for now, but you can put your thoughts on. I'll put a link of the video in the description, so you can go and share your thoughts if you wish to on how you think the game is going, and also if your input on content creators quitting the game. So for now, we'll say bye bye to Veiled. Bye. Okay. Now, Veil did approach some subjects of showing other content creators' channels, which is fair enough, okay. But we've been here the whole time making content for you guys. And, you know, I don't really see what the problem is. The only thing I can say about people quitting is that they're making content possibly for the wrong reason. Maybe they're doing it just for views. Maybe they're doing it, you know, for quick fame. Whatever it is. I make content because it's what I do. It's what I enjoy. I could easily switch to other games. I have played other games. I've played many other games, okay? I will stream them for a bit and then I'll drop them. And then I'll move on to another. However, with Infinite Magicraid, it's probably been the first game that I've covered consistently. And I'm very happy with the community that I've built recently, the viewers, the new subscribers and all that kind of thing. But I don't just make content for the views, okay? I make content to try and help people. That's and because it's what I love doing, alright? That's what I love doing. So regardless of how a video performs, I don't feel disheartened by that. Some video could get 10 views, some could get 30, some could get 100, some could get 1,000, some could get 10,000. It's lovely to see, don't get me wrong. It's lovely to see when a video is popular. But the fact is, you can't always have it that way. Now, let's address Infinite Magicraid. And Veiled did cover some good points in his video towards the end of it. I left it quite late to start talking about points to be made in a game, such as food. I mean, food was the main issue of the discussion. But did it really mean that's why content creators are quitting? Let's be honest. No. If you enjoy a game, you play the game consistently, you log in daily, you get all your daily rewards, that kind of thing. You wait for patches to come, and then that's when you see an upward trend again of people coming back. And then people come back and they wish that they never stopped playing for a while. And that's why consistency is so important. But the fact is, I'm still going to be making content non-stop for Infinite Magicraid. And, you know, at the end of the day, if people move on to other games to get that big hype for a period of a month or 6 weeks, even sometimes 2 weeks, of a hype on YouTube or a hype on Twitch where it's huge views, that will always inevitably drop. It will always drop because the honeymoon period is over. And that's then where you have your consistent viewers, and new people coming in isn't quite as many as when it started. So that can be disheartening for some, I guess. You've seen that we've raised problems with the game. We've forwarded them to the developers. We've had responses from the developers about the game and what we need to see change. And yes, again, just like everyone says, food is an issue. I know. We all know it's an issue, okay? But the fact is that things are being added into the game. You know, dungeon bounty. Also, was it the achievements on it? No, wasn't. It's on the quest. Hero quest is also another very good feature added. And we did want to get dungeon bounties refreshed each month to help with the food problem. They could have removed the mythic shard fragments and just given us the food, and then that would have stopped everyone's problems, right? I mean, it would have been nice. But the thing is, if people that are quitting are not giving a reason to why they're quitting the game, that's not really helping anyone. That's not helping anyone. And I don't for a second believe that they've quit because the game is bad. I believe they've quit the game because they wasn't either happy with their progress on content, or they wasn't happy with the views they was getting, or they just simply couldn't make the content that they really wanted to make because they're gated by some of the mechanics in the game. But that doesn't make it a bad game. That doesn't make it a bad game. Less attractive to some, maybe. Not attractive to everyone, no, because I still have many people I talk to that are very, very happy with Infinite Magicraid. Yes, it can be frustrating. It can be frustrating, even for Krakens, okay? But this is where we progress. And the thing is with this game, it's a marathon. It's not like, say, for instance, Dislike, where you could get to endgame content in a week or 2 weeks. It's not going to happen here. It's not going to happen here. It's a long, long, long haul. And if you even want to get towards the end game at the moment, yes, you are going to need to spend. Because it's just so time gated on that. We will touch another factor of Veiled saying that Krakens can't auto stages. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. We can auto run Gwyneth free stage 30, no problem. I've got people who are even further on than me that can just auto everything. You're never going to auto stage 30 of Marius, or unless you've got a crazy strong kind of team or smart one that I don't know is actually currently working. I can auto like stage 27, 28 of Marius. But other than that, it's very tough. But let's just go for instance, because I know Veiled said that you can't see people autoing stages of say 25. At the end of the day, you need to know what each hero does. You need to have smart casting set up, and when it's set up, it's not hard to do. Like Rum is probably the easiest kind of dungeon you can go to because he takes a lot more damage over time. In comparison to E3, who's more, say, a direct damage kind of boss you want to kill. And the thing is that each dungeon has its own strengths that you need to decipher into what you want to do. And we need a huge amount of heroes for that, and it's very hard. It's very hard to get enough stars, EXP, exclusives for what we want to cover. Granted, 100%. But it can be achieved. It can be achieved. And I like the fact it's a difficult game. It's an achievement to me to clear things if it's difficult, right? If it was easy, I wouldn't be happy. Because it would just be boring and I would quit. I would quit. If it was boring, I would just quit. Because it's got no longevity. No longevity to the game. But I'm very happy at the moment with IMR. And that's why I will be consistently sticking to IMR for a considerable future. There may be another game that comes up one day that I go, right, okay, I'm going to drop it and I'm going to move on. But for now, that's definitely not going to happen. I think the community is strong. I feel like we're always going to have people who will say negative things, and that's just life. You're going to get that anywhere. It's like, for instance, saying that everyone should like me. That's not going to happen. Some people are going to absolutely hate me or despise me. That's just life, but deal with it. You either like someone or you don't. Okay? You either like someone or you don't. And there you go, you got schooled on that. You can auto the final stages in the game. Yes, Faction Abyss is the next kind of really, really hard content. This definitely needs to be reworked, and we did put this in the straw poll that the boss needs to do less damage. But I have friends who are autoing stage 27. I don't know what the hell they use. Well, I do know what they're using, and it is pretty scary. But the fact is that you need to have been farming classic arena a lot to get your talents up. I mean, look, just look for a second. When you're farming arena, just look at this increase. I mean, this is huge. This is huge. Absolutely huge stats. And these are permanent increases to your heroes. So you need to be farming the game. It's not just about having the best heroes. It's not just about having levels. It's not just about having exclusives. It's also about having farmed and put time into the game. You can spend all you want in this game. It doesn't mean you're going to clear everything. Not by any means. Not by any means. So when someone says that someone's a Kraken and that's the only reason they beat the game, it's not. They've also put in a lot of time. And what happens when you meet a Kraken who has also put in the same amount of time as you? You're getting demolished. You're getting demolished because you can't beat them on playtime and you can't beat them with money. So when they're doing both, you are in trouble. Okay, you are in trouble. So that's that. You know, and you need to be doing this. You have to be farming arena. They're giving out a lot of rewards now for it as well. I mean, if we go into the classic arena competition, I mean, look at how much some people are farming. I mean, it's I'm only on 6. I'm not complaining either. This is good to see because people are actively playing the game. Geez, I'm not even in the top 5%. Not even in the top 5%. But I mean, look, you get these classic arena tickets now. Like, a ton of them. What was it, 50? 50 more tickets there for free just from doing the arena. And this should be pushing people on to really push on their talent. Yes, granted, my sanctuary is kind of high. It's 9,600. You know, this is very, very high, and it does make a big difference to my game. If we look at the stats here, 88k health, 30% extra health rate, which is massive, 18% attack, 18% defense, only 7% crit rate though, and 18% crit damage, 14% effect hit. But these are all very, very nice stats, especially when you combine them with the likes of talents and mark talents as well. But the fact is that this goes up to 14,000. 14,000. And I do have a friend who is at 14,000, and I do mean to showcase his account. Yes, Bailey, what's up, bro? I will showcase that at some point. But right now, I just wanted to say why content creators are quitting and my views on that. And I don't think it's because there's, say, much wrong with the game itself. It's more that content creators' view on what they want to do, where they want to go, if they want to make content on other games as well. I mean, my main focus is IMR. That's why I've not dropped down. And you always will have a content creator for this game. There are other content creators like Actar, who is actually a French content creator. He does cover in English as well. And he covers some really, really good points. You know, he's a very knowledgeable player. And you will gain a lot of information from him. We have Barry Gaming as well, who is consistently making content. Ivy League Gaming, who is consistently making content. Odd One Gaming, who's consistently making content. And, you know, you're always going to get... It's been, what, 4 months now? It's been 4 months of this game. And you can't keep all the content creators. No game does. No game does. No game does. You're always going to end up with a core of content creators. So, on that note, I feel like... I mean... I just feel like people need to be more careful when they start making discussions about things. And you know, if you're stuck in the game, ask me a question. Ask me to look at your hero box if you need advice on where to go, because there's always options. The trouble is, there's so many heroes in this game. There's so many heroes in this game, and you have to focus on what you have. Do you have poison teams? Do you have bleed teams? Do you have HP burn teams? Do you have direct damage teams? I'm going to say direct damage is probably the hardest one to progress on. So, you know, re-rolling can be a very good option, but you're never going to be completely stuck. It's just certain content requires certain heroes. And, you know, we do have the likes of epics being introduced into the game that are going to really help people. But the fact is that food is the biggest problem. Is it worth quitting the game over? It's definitely not worth quitting the game over, because that can be addressed. It's not too late for that. I would suggest that if you are feeling disheartened by the game at the moment, still log in daily, do your dailies and all that kind of stuff, because I'm telling you now, if the day comes around when a patch hits and you're like, I wish I stayed playing, it's too late. It's too late. And how many times have the majority of you quit a game and come back to it a year later and been like, I wish I never stopped playing? And I'll tell you, quite a high percentage, because that's something I do. That's something I do. So, you know, if you're like me, then you probably have done the same thing as well. I don't really know if there's much more for me to add on to this game. we've been putting our thoughts across. I do try and talk to the team quite often to try and get thoughts across that I feel like need to be addressed. And I don't want to just make a video rambling on like I normally do. But you don't need to worry. I'm not going anywhere. I will still be covering Infinite Magicraid for the foreseeable future. So yes, if you haven't already, do click like, subscribe, and comment below to help this channel grow. Let me know your thoughts on where you are with the game. I know I'm going to get some that are saying, Kazakh, I was done with this game. I moved on to another. Right, that's fine. But I guarantee you will soon be done with that game too, and you will move on to another. That's just the way gacha is. That's the gacha life. For now, I'm Kazakh Nabul. Thank you for watching. Take care, everyone. Have a great day or evening, wherever you are. Goodbye.